You're listening to Out of Office, the travel podcast.
Your go-to podcast for all things travel.
Let's talk points, baby. I'm really excited for this episode.
I'm mad you just had to open with that.
I had to.
Welcome to episode 7 of Out of Office, a travel podcast. We know you haven't heard our voices for a while. Probably because we were on our own. We was on vacation.
We were out of office.
We
for real.
really took a vacation. Extenuating circumstances, you know. But we back though.
It was travel because Dawn was always away.
Girl, I had a good trip though.
Okay, see, I was like, anyway. But today we're going to be talking about points. I know we always talk about it on Twitter. If you follow us there,
Y'all know we's the points queens.
we are advocates for points, and especially because these ticket prices
The in-ticket in.
are ridiculous today.
The prices ain't doing what they supposed to
That
do.
don't make sense.
No.
We're going to talk about the different avenues that we use to save on our trips.
Outside of having man pay for it.
Girl, anyway. So we're going to start off with, why do we like reward travel? Like, why do you like it?
Because I'm broke in mentality. I'm
Also-
mentally broke.
I'm rich mentally. I'm just broke actually.
Physically. No, girl. When I look at them, at those ticket prices, I just have to be like, when last you Googled prices to Australia?
Australia?
Baby.
It's been a while.
Baby.
It's been a while. I've been Googling trips to everywhere else, and I'm like, sweetie, no.
The points ain't, the prices ain't doing what they should do.
No. So to help with that, because we're still going to travel. We haven't been traveling for 2 years outside of our recent travel. So this is something that we do to keep the cost low, or so you could splurge on everything else that matters.
Yes,
you know?
yes. Or to rack up points for later.
Exactly.
Yes.
So there are a bunch of different things. You
Yes,
have
yes.
points for your airlines. You have points for your hotels. That's the two main things. But there are other avenues that you can get
points through. Yeah.
Okay.
Very, very random avenues we may add. Because who would have ever thought that catching a lift would have given me points for Delta?
That's how it goes.
Way to go, partnerships. We need more of that.
Me flying on American gets me points with Marriott and vice versa.
Ah, yes.
You
I
know?
remember you telling me this. Yes. And those are two favorite. Those are literally our two
they
favorite.
are
Yeah,
favorites.
it makes sense.
favorites.
It makes sense.
So we like reward travel because it helps with the cost, man. We don't have a bunch of money to just, I know y'all think we do.
We don't.
Y'all need to get that thought.
Because if
out
y'all
your
only knew,
minds.
I paid $19 for a hotel on my last trip. $19.
I didn't even pay for my hotel on my
See?
last trip.
See? Way to go. Wait. That's why.
Okay.
That's why I use my code.
All right. So when we're talking about our memberships, there are a whole lot out there. Any major hotel brand has their own membership, rewards travel. And then there's also all of the major airlines. But for me, I am a huge fan of Delta.
The biggest.
Okay. And then also American. If I've talked to you about this before, it's because my credit card is attached to American Airlines. So I just get...
You have the Scotia
Hey,
Aero Platinum.
you got it.
Girl,
You
drop
got
me
it.
in the air. Drop me. One thing with us. What? We in sync, babe.
But it's important for me because every dollar I spend, actually, not the Aero Platinum.
You have the Aero
the
Advantage. Yeah, but that's still good. The Aero Platinum is for the big boys.
It doesn't limit
It's a
you.
lot.
It doesn't limit you.
And you also get insurance. Wow, there's so much to break down.
Yeah, it
you
is.
could get insurance with the Aero Platinum from your points.
And Advantage once you pay
Oh,
for the full
yes.
ticket. So we can break that down. So I think maybe we should stick to Marriott and then Delta and American for simplicity.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole lot. I mean, we could sprinkle Hilton in there too because you got to. Call us for sponsorship. I love Hilton. Anyway.
Text me.
So for me, I'm a part of Marriott Bonvoy. If you aren't familiar, Marriott actually has the largest, when I tell you the largest
hotels.
variety
Oof.
of hotels throughout the world. So they're one of my favorites.
Someone the other day questioned why I would stay at the Radisson. And I said, do you know that the Radisson is not the Radisson of the 90s?
No.
Because, baby, there's the Radisson Blue in South Africa.
Once you know.
And, baby, anytime you see Radisson Blue, you know you get
there.
premium.
I think people just think of Radisson because of the
Yeah.
hotel that we had here.
It is
They don't
trash.
think about it internationally.
No, they don't. Because
You
the
know?
Radisson was just... But, so you said that's your favorite brand, right? What is your second?
Airline?
No, second favorite hotel brand.
Hilton.
Okay.
Hilton. So Marriott and Hilton are my fave. So Hilton used to be above Marriott, but for those who already travel a lot, Marriott combined with SPG hotels,
and
which had their
Bonvoy.
own rewards thing. So they combine. So their variety is just much better than Hilton these
I agree.
days.
And Marriott is also affordable.
On different
Marriott
levels.
is gorgeous, but always affordable. Like unbelievably affordable.
You can find
this
if
too
you
cheap.
if you need a budget hotel, you
Yeah.
can find it at Marriott.
Marriott, yeah.
If you need a mid-tier hotel, you can find it at Marriott. If you're trying to be bougie, you can find it at Marriott.
Casino.
So, that's one of the things. So, I'm going to start with Marriott, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, whenever I stay at hotels for work,
That's how she's get her points, y'all. She thinks she's slick.
I spend my money too.
I ain't gonna lie. I admire the hustle because that's I have my family members book their trips through me.
Girl, I will take everyone points.
There we
Y'all
go.
need to
I feel
use
like
it.
y'all booking a trip. I can book it for you and book it right on Expedia. Because them points.
We forgot to bring up Expedia points.
We can
'cause
bring it
Expedia
up.
points is separate from, like, you could still get your hotel points.
Yes. So Marriott is your favorite points provider.
Yeah, for
Expedia
hotels.
is mine because Expedia, you get your points back fast, like very, very fast, especially if you're booking hotels like Marriott, where your points then go to Marriott and they give you 4 times the amount of points.
Yeah.
Like I got $74 back for my Iceland trip alone.
Whew.
Sis.
Maybe I need to go through Expedia. a
Sis,
little
you
more.
and him, say I just paid $19 for my hotel on my last trip.
Expedia a little
$19. And I stayed on the Vegas Strip, baby.
You see, this is why we weren't here, because this girl been traveling. I only went to humble South Africa.
Where you going next week?
Huh?
It's your attitude.
I just go next summer for a little
Girl, you
a
said
little
you sick.
trip.
I can see
It's work.
one thing with us, we get y'all work.
It's work. So okay, let's start with Marriott. For Marriott, I stayed at 2 Marriott properties in South Africa. Right?
You wasn't playing.
No, I don't play with that. I stayed at 2 properties. Funny enough, the first one didn't even charge me for my hotel. I'm still confused about it. I was there for 7 nights.
I gonna call them.
Don't do that. I mean, what they gonna do now? Charge my card? No, you can't do that now. Anyway, and then the other one I stayed to was the Westin in
Oh, the
Cape
Westin
Town.
is nice. The Westin is always nice. No matter. You got
The
good
Westin.
taste.
They had
You got
little
good taste.
essential oils for me to rub on my pillow to help me fall asleep, girl. Let me tell you.
Nah, you was Beyonce
Let me
Wild
tell
Star.
you. But yeah, so what happens is I decided to switch getting my points for that stay with Marriott, and they sent it to my account for American for my flights. And I think that's
Hold on.
amazing.
I need to follow up because that. No. I did get my points back. Yeah, it's just that I guess it wasn't that many, so it didn't make
you
that
didn't
much of a
notice.
move. But yeah. Okay.
I got
okay.
1,500 points to my American Advantage account just by staying at the hotel.
You said what?
1,500, right? And then on top of that,
When will it be my turn, Lord?
because I paid with my credit card, I still got points via my credit card for American Advantage too. Gotta be smart with this, guys. Gotta be
Girl.
smart with this.
No, that's a different level, though. That is a different level. And so we were talking earlier about other ways to get points toward your hotel, or we're not at that point yet.
We can go because Hilton, everyone is familiar with.
But how's another way to get Hilton points? You get it through Lyft now.
You can do Lyft.
Yeah.
Lyft is definitely Delta. With Hilton, there are few options, right?
Hold on, wait. So let me get this straight. So Delta and Hilton are together, and Marriott
And American.
are together.
Yeah.
So I wonder who's with United and JetBlue.
I also saw United and JetBlue under Partners for Marriott. So
Really?
it's not just American. It's not just American. But I didn't look into how they give points for stays.
Well, I don't really
'cause
fly
I don't
United
really-
or JetBlue. No.
JetBlue, point though, JetBlue is the best way to get from here to Boston or here to New York. Or if you shop
JetBlue
far in
automatically
advance,
for New York.
here to Puerto Rico, you will get good rates.
Damn.
Just letting y'all know that. Now, I mean, like 2-something, 300, maybe 4 on a really high day
Damn.
to go to these places. So just
We
put
already
y'all
at the
on
point where
game.
we talking about gaining points? That was fast.
Because
No,
we already talk about hotels. It's not, see, the hotels aren't that vast because Marriott has so many of them.
Yeah,
So we don't have to break down by brand.
And then even we haven't touched on. So the main thing is, in order to start getting your points, you need to sign up
up.
for every single
Everything.
airline. It costs nothing. Every time you stay at a hotel, you sign up for that
Rewards program.
every single time. You take Lufthansa, you sign up for those things because all these international airlines, they're connected to an American airline. So the points come to that also.
I
Now,
also
not
have
all the time.
I
but-
also have Qatar Airways.
No, see, girl.
Okay.
For when I finally do fly Qatar,
I have British Airways. I have Virgin Atlantic. I've never been on a Virgin Atlantic flight.
Virgin Atlantic is nice.
It is.
I will give them that.
You know, they have direct flights to London here now.
I know for like
And they're-
7 something.
They're increasing their, just letting you know.
They need to
I don't know how I
decrease.
know these guys.
You know how you know.
I don't know how I
You
know
how
these.
You know.
But you'll be able to take Virgin a little more consistently if you go into
That's when
London.
you be surfing Expedia too far ahead. Oh, you have the ins.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You think you're slick?
Huh?
You think you're slick?
I am slick. I ain't gonna lie.
Anyway, so ways to gain points. How we at this point already? That was so
Because
fast.
it's not a lot of brands we have to go. It's not like
Yeah.
we have to break down every single
Yeah,
brand. Because
no.
Marriott own everything.
No.
Marriott own everything. Marriott own everything, girl. Okay. So we already talked to you about how to get Marriott, well, hotels on the whole. Whatever hotel you stay to, just ensure you sign up for their reward program. Even
That's
if
the
it's
main thing.
nothing consistent, you're gonna gain points by spending your money.
Eventually, you never
know?
know when you're going to stay at some random boutique. Even the boutique hotels.
Yes, because a
have
lot of them
points.
are a part of
There you go.
bigger brands.
I'm trying to figure out which boutique. You told me some in the Louvre.
French Leave. French
Also,
Leave
there we
is
go.
under Marriott as well. Their
See?
autograph collection.
Boy, listen. These ins and outs. We
So
giving
is
you all-
Atlantis. If you want to do a little domestic thing for 3 days, Atlantis
Wait.
is,
I didn't know that.
Atlantis is a part of Marriott's autograph collection as well.
You
I
tell me
tell
I can
you.
use points for Atlantis?
You can.
Girl, they didn't want you to know that.
What do you mean?
They didn't want us to know
They're part
that.
of Marriott. You can use your
See?
points at any Marriott hotel.
So I need to get the local rate and I need to get my points.
The only downside is if you do the local rate, it's less points.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
But it's absolutely fine.
That's
So
interesting.
hotels we already covered. We could go deeper into airlines.
Yeah,
though.
let's do airlines because I feel like airlines is where I get majority of my points.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, American with my miles, like especially if you traveling from New York to London, that's points.
It's going to
that
add
ain't no
up.
little baby points.
I'm not at all.
So we know y'all don't want to take the trips that go too far, but trust me when we say like they add up. If you take 2 big trips a year and maybe 3 small trips within the US, those points could come really, really fast.
Definitely.
And what I always try to do is not to use my points until the end of the year. So I always use my points on my birthday trip. But when I went away this last time, I used my hotel points for the hotel because I was like, I'm not paying $607. I paid $17 for the week.
See? This is what you do.
17.
So when you see us places, please don't think we are breaking
That's
the
points from
bank.
years ago.
We are using points. Do you know how many points I have with American right now?
I'm scared to ask it. I just want you to know, I accept points as Christmas gift. I had a friend that gave me 10,000 Skybox. Shout out Dariel Gardner. She really loved me.
Gardner.
Yeah, girl, that's my girl. She gave me 10,000 points at Christmas, and it wasn't like a huge gift, but I was like, you know my heart.
exactly.
Don't buy me
It's
no
a sweet
jewelry.
thing.
Buy me points, which you can buy people.
You can.
You can literally buy points.
Delta. So
You
okay.
can transfer points too.
with since we're on the point of airlines, right? Everyone knows if you buy a ticket, once you have your reward program or your membership, you're gonna get points.
Right.
What people don't realize though, right, is depending on other memberships you're in, you can also get more points. So I'm gonna tie this towards credit cards for a slight bit, not even the one I have, but the American Express Platinum. I ain't got that yet though, because their yearly rate is a lot.
Baby, I would even look.
But depending on different restaurants you go to, you can even gain points towards airlines. Yes, just like how you could get Lyft.
Hold on.
It
Now,
just
see,
really depends. You have to.
Why
You
are
have
you just
to.
telling me this? Do you know I like eat?
My bad.
So hey, bon vivants.
Get it on your points.
Let's get points for Bahamas Air.
That'd be smart though.
See,
'Cause Bahamas
what?
Air just brought their points back
hey,
on.
Hey, guess what? I ain't giving away no free marketing today.
Put it
I
in your pocket.
clocked it at 5. So
Ditto. But no, so with the airlines, you could do there's certain shopping benefits that you can get. That's why Delta and American are always my favorite. They have the biggest, expansive collection of like partners, right?
Yeah.
So with Delta, like you said, you could get Lyft. If you look through all of their perks, some restaurants I believe are tied to Delta. If not, it is just tied through the American Express card.
we need to clearly after this podcast, we need to just like
Make a
add
guide.
the links.
Make a guide.
Yeah.
But no, so not every time you buy a ticket is the only way you can get points. And that's important because if we really think about it, there's no reward program that is kind of dollar for dollar. So if the ticket costs $1,800, it's not going to be 1,800 points.
No,
you know?
of course not.
So although it helps, you still kind
You
of
get like maybe 100 points.
you kind of lose sometimes, but it's
Yeah.
better than nothing. So I really, when I tell you, I urge y'all, please join these reward programs.
It's better to get free points than to not get any at all. Like, why would you just not get the points? And so, also another thing you need to remember is, when you go on Expedia, you need to make sure you stay signed in on your phone or on your laptop. And that way, any airline that you book via Expedia, they automatically put in your Sky Miles number and everything. And then sometimes what I do is, like how recently I took my first United flight in years.
It's been a
And
minute.
right before I booked the flight, I was like, let me make sure I have United. a
Linked up.
United frequent flyer, right? And I called the people after the trip and I was like, hey, I just took a trip. Put these points there. Thanks.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But so like we're saying, join all your memberships. If you frequent that hotel or that airline, it
Even
doesn't
if you don't
matter.
frequent it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just sign up, because you never know. One day you might have to stay somewhere for 2 weeks, and that 2 weeks
Boy.
could pay for another trip in the future.
Yeah. Maybe I should be saving my points for emergencies. Nice scared.
Emergencies, girl.
Like COVID emergency. Like if I get
Girl.
stuck in a country, I could just use my points to pay.
Girl, that's why you're a part of a bunch. That's why you're a part of a bunch. So, for instance, me coming back from South Africa, I used my JetBlue points because I connected from Johannesburg to France to New York using Delta, right? So I wiped out all of my points for Delta,
Oh, wow.
right?
But I'm sure it was worth it, though.
it was. You know how expensive that flight was?
I
girl?
mean, when I heard France,
Girl.
yeah.
And then to get home, I used my JetBlue points from New York. It was like 8,000 points. And I haven't flown JetBlue in a hot minute.
Wow.
So all I'm saying is points.
Yeah.
make
I don't always
sense.
jump on JetBlue, but people always talk so bad about American, and I want y'all to know them American points has come fast.
Right. And American, I think, has the best points to cost ratio.
And then also what I love about American, I don't know if the other airlines do this, but remember when I was going to Iceland, right? It was like still during the pandemic, obviously. So they were like, you could book with your points, and when you cancel, we reinstate your points automatically back. But we also give you the payment that you would have made plus the points.
Yeah. So their refund policy
So I
because
kept
of
on
COVID.
canceling.
You
And
know how much times I canceled my South Korea ticket, girl?
I know. We all know. Don't we? Don't we all know?
First of all, you're petty. Okay. I don't like your
We
attitude.
appreciate your resilience, though. You're resilient.
Because I am going.
You're
okay.
resilient. Hold on. Why am I thinking it's Japan and not South Korea?
I don't know. I mean, I am going to Japan too. That's a part of the same trip.
Yeah.
But I probably always talk about South Korea.
Asian tour.
Anyway, I don't like your attitude. But as you can tell, Dom and I have very pleasant experiences when it comes to
I've never had a bad
points.
experience with points.
What's your best experience? Like whether it just be the ease or the cost.
My Iceland trip,
Mm.
I paid $150 for my flight. And I was like, girl. I was like, y'all can't talk to me.
No.
And I still have points left. Like, I don't have as many as I did before.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I look at that number, I feel like,
But you got to use it though.
yeah.
That's
And I
what's-
feel
that's
like that
important.
was so useful because I took my Iceland trip like right after I left the job.
Mm-hmm.
I really shouldn't have been taking a trip.
I was there like, just go, Dom.
All my,
Just go.
you know, it's so funny.
What's the
All
point?
my friends always be like, "Girl, take your trip," and I was like, "Dog, why do you? Why?"
Because you want to be miserable in Nassau?
No,
or-
one thing I'm not gonna do is stay here. If you know me, I can take the trip. I can worry about it when I get back.
So the best things I had, well, obviously my South
I feel like
Africa
you had a
trip.
lot of good,
Like a really good one.
experiences.
So for South Africa, I paid $200, $235 maybe, for my trip there, which was nothing. And I think Delta I might have paid like 60, 70 because just as a point, you're gonna get more
70.
more cost because of taxes here are higher, but other places in the world the taxes are lower. So you know.
We always got inflation.
We got our
we got
taxes
inflation
are
on air in Nassau at
ridiculous.
this point.
Ridiculous. But
I
one of
am
my
tired.
favorites was I had to go to New York a couple years ago for a work trip, and I was like connecting through something, and I had to stay in
You
New
say
York
connecting through something.
through something. Like I don't know why I had to connect.
It was an insignificant thing.
Clearly, I was somewhere and I had to be somewhere for work, and I don't think I was in Nassau when I had to be someplace for work. So I went to New York. Don't look at me like that,
You
girl.
sound a go to.
I don't know what you're talking about. So I was
I just
in
look at the
New
camera
York.
like.
in New York, and I had to stay like 3 days, and the prices were like ridiculous. And I like to stay in Times Square. I don't want to take taxis everywhere I go.
I do
Everything-
Manhattan.
Everywhere is
Times
closer.
Squares be that expensive.
And I used my points and paid nothing for 3 nights.
Yeah,
Okay.
get points.
0.
When Expedia's be like, you have
0.
this many points, you want to apply to
Apply.
your trip. But you know what I was panicking because I haven't used my Expedia points like that, right? And so I really waited to use them for this trip. And they said, do you want to apply your points? So it just showed that I was going to use all my points. And I was like, okay, fine, use all. And then when I went to check out, it said, how much of it do you want to use? I was like, y'all have me in the first quarter. I
How
thought
much
you were
have you
trying to
used?
take all my money from me. I was getting a little scared.
You know, it's another benefit of, we'll start with Expedia. Another benefit of Expedia, if you ever search, they have like VIP hotels.
Yes.
Normally they're at
Yeah.
the top, right? And what happens at these
The
hotels,
sponsored ones.
you know,
Them expensive.
you can get double to quadruple your Expedia points on some
Yes.
of them.
Yes.
But my favorite thing is the free upgrades if available.
Oh, yeah. I've
Like-
only gotten that like once, I feel like. But it'll be worth it.
First of all, they do it and I get to the counter and they're like, yeah, so we're upgrading you. And I'm like, what?
Just who could stay in a hotel now. This girl.
I'm a hotel girl, okay?
No, because you don't catch Airbnb,
No,
especially
no.
not within this last week.
No.
You saw all the talk about
Yes.
Airbnbs
yes,
on.
Yes.
We never been Airbnb girls, so that don't
And I
apply
also
to
hate the
us.
fact that it messes up for locals, man. Even
Yeah.
for us, if we wanted to find like a really good apartment and everything, so many
It's
things are like short-term
complete shit.
rentals. They do not want to rent long-term. Not a fan. So with Expedia, you can get quadruple points.
They
depending
literally
on
say
where you
4
book.
times the points. And when I say I feel like booking.
Yes.
Well,
you know.
reserve and pay later. Because you know, I ain't paying for this
You
now.
got to. And then the free upgrades. But what I love about different reward programs, even with the airlines, they're connected to many hotels as well. Just like how we were
Yeah.
talking about Delta with the Hilton, American with...
Yeah.
And they have their own specials for hotels that are involved with them, like the American Airline Vacations.
See, I've never
or Delta
experienced that.
Vacations.
I've never used that before.
You know,
or
so they have their
experienced
partnered hotels as well that you can get double points, cheaper rates, all these things.
it. Well,
know?
I see Cam at the side of my eye.
Cam, you ready?
Why?
Cam, you ready to travel? But no, it's very important that you take advantage of all the reward programs.
Because not all of us have that type of money.
No.
And if you do,
And
call
please
me.
stop thinking me and Dom rich, babe. That's
We
the
not.
problem.
It is be so funny. People like, you traveling again? Off my points.
Hey, come on.
So y'all not know.
Every bill I pay, every time y'all see me out,
It is good.
I
as a
am
point.
gaining travel
Oh,
points.
and that's another thing that we could speak about, I guess, just to put a little tidbit. So for me, I pay my bills with my credit card. And when
So do
you
I.
pay your bills through your credit card, you get points. With Scotia, Aero
Platinum and
uh,
Advantage.
Now see Scotia, we are advertising for y'all.
Honestly,
We would
I
like-
talk so good about Scotia.
No, for real. That's Scotia, Aero Platinum, and then they. Because I used to be Advantage, and then I upgraded the Platinum when they said that it covers like car insurance and all that.
But
And silly-
Advantage does that too. I don't understand.
but
why
you
they
just have to
didn't-
pay for it. Like, it's really funny with it though. Like, you just have to pay for it first, and then there's like reimburse you.
I never do that.
But with the Platinum, it covers it. And silly little me, I was like, I ain't never drive when I travel. Guess who drove in Ireland?
You drove in Ireland?
Girl, I drove from Dublin to Cork, 3 hours.
You drove to the castle?
Yes. Well, I didn't drive.
You drove to the castle?
I did.
Okay, because what
That
you
was
mean?
3 hours there. And then we had to drive from Cork to Kilkenny to the castle at
Now
night.
that's scary because I remember the video you sent me when you couldn't find the place.
Girl, but yeah,
Was it
and that was the
another
first time I drove. Wow.
Really? This is the first time you drove on a vacation?
Because I'm not a driving girl.
Oh.
One thing I could do is I'll catch an Uber, I'll taxi, public transport,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't drive. See, we were supposed to take the train, and then I was like, no, let's take the scenic way, drive. I ain't doing that no more.
Why? The thing is, I don't think I'm ever going to be inclined to drive in Europe.
No.
But stateside, if I'm doing a long trip, I'll just drive. I'll just
Yeah.
drive. It's easier for
Driving
me.
don't be worth it, man. Like, why going away to be a slave?
No, I don't like it.
Driving Miss Daisy.
I remember the time I drove from Fort Lauderdale to Orlando, and I was like, this is ridiculous. No, Fort Lauderdale to Tampa, and then Tampa to Orlando, and then I forgot my passport and my Tampa hotel safe.
My driving days are done from college.
I don't mind.
Because
I
I
don't
drove
mind
from
certain
Arkansas to New Orleans.
You wildin'.
12 hours.
You wildin'.
I've also drove from Arkansas to Houston.
Also
Arkansas
wildin'.
to Dallas.
No, you all drive out.
Arkansas
That's
to
why.
Nashville. Yes.
You're all drived out. That's why.
Yep. In what the rental car name? It's good days. In Enterprise car.
Oh man. You're crazy.
Used to rent cars. You're crazy.
You're crazy.
Crazy.
You're a crazy girl.
So anyway, we've given you a lot in this episode.
We can do like a little summary.
Yeah, we can do a quick summary. We got a 6-minute summary.
So, here's the rundown for me. If there are only 4 things you sign up for, I was going to say 2, and I was like, no, can't leave them out.
You was going to say Hilton and,
You know?
Marriott. You did not Hilton.
Sign up for Delta. Because I know y'all Bahamians like go to Atlanta. Come on, sign up.
Atlanta's expensive now.
And you could get your points for that.
Yeah.
You know? So sign up for Delta. And just a quick tip, if they ever say they need someone to volunteer to come off the flight, do it. They give you a bunch of points as well.
Oh, baby. What you sitting on the flight for? Unless you have to be back in Nassau.
If it's like, if you have time,
Yeah.
just get
Give
the
up your
points.
seat.
Give up your seat and get the points.
I like when I prefer to not even get the points. I want the travel credit. I want the money. Give me the money. Because the money is
Know your
anything more
rights,
than the
too.
points.
No, you're right.
What you mean, no, you're right?
You gotta, so for Delta, see, you get me all sidetracked. Delta, I think they could go up to maybe 1,000 or possibly 1,500, but you kind of have to strong arm the agent.
It's literally basically like, what is call it again when you voting to buy something, auction.
So it's be like, oh, will this be enough? No, it won't be enough. It won't be enough.
But then you could end up screwing yourself over. And one time, though, I screwed myself over, and the lady, she was like, someone else bid it lower than you, so we'll give it to her. I was like...
You mean when you were coming off of the flight?
No, when I was coming back from school in Arkansas, the lady was like, we're looking for people to give their seat. We're offering $300 for the flight. And I was like, can it be $400? And she said, okay, we have to see what other persons are willing to bid. Somebody bid $300.
I never get that, you know.
You better be glad. But girl, when I get to that con, they be like, we're trying to.
No problem.
I volunteer tribute. I volunteer. That is literally the perfect TikTok.
No, but definitely. So Delta, sign up now. Okay. Hilton, sign up now. Definitely, because Hilton, we all love Hilton. We all know
I'm the
that.
biggest Delta fan. Not fan. I haven't flown Delta in a while because I don't go around to take Delta that much.
I fly Delta for work.
Where you be going to?
Huh? Work stuff. New York, North Dakota, Atlanta, Texas. It's be work.
Pimping all over the world.
Delta Hilton, definitely. I'd also get a Marriott because you're going to have a whole lot of variety. And that's just not in the United States.
Yep.
That is worldwide. They have a bunch of different properties. We have Marriott properties here. So definitely do that. And then I would say American.
That's my girl.
Make sure you do that.
American is my girl. And make sure at the same time, if you want to get points from
Lyft.
Lyft gives points to Delta and also to Hilton.
Yeah.
For every $1 you spend, they give you a point. And
that's important.
And little old me, when I first got in Vegas and I saw it on my app because I hadn't gotten it before, I was like, how much I could really be using?
Days add up. Days add up, girl.
If you want to see my bills, them little $6 here, $6 there, ride share.
6 times 5, boom.
They give me more points than I had before.
So it's really important. And then if you have access to a travel card, it doesn't have to be Scotia. Travel credit card.
Yeah.
You know, just
Although Scotia seems to be the best.
It is the best from what I noticed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Make sure you get your reward travel points. We all have bills to pay. Make that light bill. You're light on, but it's also some money to go on your next
It's a
trip.
bill. Yeah.
You know? So this has been Reward Travel. Clearly, we love it.
I feel like we've rewarded you with a lot of tips.
So this was episode 7. If you guys have any questions, you can find us on Twitter as Sunbum and
Remedy Lovegood. I really forgot.
wow.
I'm mad.
Crazy.
I'm mad. Can't look at me like that.
But definitely, we love Reward Travel,
Wait,
and we
I
want more
think I'm
people to
underneath.
reward.
No, that's my
That's
IG.
IG.
Y'all don't need to find me on Twitter. Don't worry about that.
Y'all can find me on Twitter. I only talk about travel and
She ain't
Korean.
nice though.
I'm
just
not
kidding. She's that.
trying to besmirch my name. But this was episode 7, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and we will be back next week for another episode.
We will be back this time. We promise.